Hello, so I wanted to share my development environment that I'm using to create Lucee extensions that are written in Java. This took me a really long time to figure out, and so I wanted to share it with everyone, and hopefully it can help someone else that struggles. So I'm pretty new to programming in Java, and you might see some things that are considered bad practice if you're an experienced Java programmer. If you do, it would be awesome if you could let me know, and maybe it could help myself and others in the future to prevent from making the same mistake. So the first step to getting this environment set up is go to Lucee's website and go to the releases area of the download section. You'll want to download one of the jars here. I prefer the one without the extensions because it's smaller. So once you get that downloaded, go to Eclipse, and you'll need to make sure that you have Eclipse Java EE and also the Jetty plugin. I'll link those down in the description. So once you have those installed, you'll want to come to New. Well, right click over here in the Project Explorer, go to New, Dynamic Web Project, give your project a name. So I'm just going to call mine Lucee Extension. All these settings here can be at their default. You don't have to change those. Go ahead and click Next. Leave this all how it is. Click Next. Check this box here, Generate Web XML Deployment Descriptor. Click Finish. Now expand your project, expand Java resources, right-click on Source, go to New, Other, expand General, and go to Folder. I'm going to create a folder called Libs. That's where we're going to place that jar that we just downloaded from Lucee. So I have that jar here, and I'll just click and drag that into that folder. Make sure it says Copy, Files. Once that's there, you should be able to expand this and see it there. Now we'll want to add that to the build path. So right click on your project, go to build path, configure build path, go to the libraries tab, click add jars, expand your project, go down to that folder that we just added that jar and add that. Now you'll see it here. Click apply and close. And so now we have Lucee added to our build path of our extension, and we need to do one more change before we're ready. So in the video description, you'll see a link to GitHub, and it will contain a file or the contents of a file, web XML. Just go ahead and replace your web XML file with the contents from that gist. And basically it's just loading the CFML servlet. I didn't include the REST or the Lucee servlet for the .lucee extensions because I've not used those yet, so I'm just doing the CFML, which covers these file extensions. So go ahead and save that. And you want to go to web content and create a new file. And I'm just going to make it index.cfm. That will, well, for me, it opened up in Sublime. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump the session. This will let us know if it's working or not. So go ahead and save that. You'll see here that the contents of that file are now here. Just dumping the session, and we're ready to test this. So right click on your project, go down to Run As. You should see this if you install the Jetty extension. So click Run with Jetty, and it'll take it a minute to start up. Okay, so once you see a bunch of output like this, that means Lucee has been started. It's deployed all these different files and extracted them. So you'll want to open up a web browser and browse to 127.0.0.1.80.80 and go ahead and go to that file, and apparently it's not working. What did I do wrong? It looks like it's not running. Oh, it wasn't done. Okay. So it took a little bit longer than it normally does. So you'll see Jetty startup finished. That's what you want to see. And then you know it's running. So go ahead and go to your web browser again, and then you should refresh the page and see output from Lucee. So now you know that Lucee is up and running inside of Eclipse using Jetty, and you can start creating your Java files now. So I'll just do a very, very simple one, and we'll go to Java resources, we'll go to source, we'll create a new package. We'll call it testing, and I guess we can give our class file a name of test class. And so now we have this test class file, and I'm just going to create a function here that just outputs something. So public static string return string. So if this works, basically we'll get this string returned to us. And so we'll go into Sublime, and we will get rid of this. We can do cfset my test extension equals create object. What did I call that? Testing test class. And this is case sensitive. So now we have that. So if we do cf dump, we should see that Java class dumped, and there we go. So Lucee has picked it up, and what we want to do now is call that function in there. So if we say dot return string, we should get back it worked, or it works. Yeah, so there we go. So now all you have to do is go in here and start adding more functions, calling Lucee classes, and you should be good to go.